Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective, where you get a little bit of something and a whole lot of everything. Happy Friday. It's Friday for all you 9-to-5ers, Monday through Friday. It is Friday. It is your weekend. A couple more hours and you're free for a few days. So anyways, won't make it a long one today. Oh, I forgot. I need to read the guidelines. Today is Aloha Oracle Friday. I have the guidelines right here, and it's going to be a little bit of a different one today. So instead of starting with the Angel Answers deck, I'm going to start with the Rebel deck. So get ready for some sweary fun. The Oracle with Attitude, and it says open if you dare. Open if you dare. So the Oracle with Attitude, the Magical Unicorns, and the Enchanted Unicorns. So as you can see, we have a theme. Oops. We have a theme today. So, even though I know it says it has a slash through the unicorn. But anyways, do not worry. No, do over. Take two. Number one, do not worry where the message is coming from. I only work from a good place. So if you're seeing this, there's a reason you are here. So don't be afraid. I only work from a good and safe space. Oh, a very warm, magical, good, safe space. Number two, do not make a card fit your question. If it does not resonate with you, forcing an outcome or an answer not meant for you can cause unnecessary stress and overthinking. Number three, I will give you the message I receive and the message from the book because someone took the time to write it and put it together. And number four, angels, God, heaven, etc. might come up. Feel free to insert your higher power / universe. This will help the flow of the reading without stopping to clarify. I know a lot of times I feel like I got to stop and explain, but, because people of all different sorts of beliefs, come in and watch the Oracle live and later. But, people that I know, but also anybody, I don't want them to feel alienated or anything. But the reason I have to read those is because you guys see me. I go off script quite a lot. And, off script. I don't really have a script, but I go off topic quite a bit. So today's a good day. As you can see, I'm all giggly and all kinds of Shelly today. Ooh, oh. I was going to say, look, a card popped out, but it's the how to use this card deck. I like these because they're pretty on one side and they're, regular on the other. But each card is its own meaning. So it's kind of like the colorful version of it, right? Like, like colorful language. And then, what do you call it? And then, oops, sorry. All right. Then just regular on the other side. So you got the colorful language on one side and the regular on the other. So let's get rolling. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, one more. We need one more, right? Because I always start with 5. Oh, here's one sticking out. Oh, that's a good one. I think I'll save that one for last. I really want people, even though they're the sweary cards, I really want people to enjoy these. Okay, so just let me flip these over. Oh, you know what? I didn't even see that one. I had 5. Well, now we have 6. So, all right, let's do this. Number 1, Rebel. Rebel, because fuck it. I'm sorry. This is going to be these are going to be one of those lives where I just make myself giggle. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with that. And yes, I laugh at my own jokes. I am a delightfully awkward person, but I do laugh at my own jokes, and I do laugh at stupid things that I'm doing. So you know what? I used to be so serious growing up. So, and then someone set me straight in my late teens, and they're all, oh, you got to lighten up. Like you act like an old lady. And then I realized, hey, you know what? There's sometimes, to make it less awkward, you just laugh at yourself, right? And then people laugh with you. So, just sometimes you got to make light of the situation. But, so there's 2 ways, rebel or rebel. Because fuck it. Because fuck it. Just do it. Just rebel. I'm assuming that would be that version of the word rebel because, just fuck it. Or you could be a rebel because just fuck it, right? Rebel without a cause. You need some fucking yoga in your life. Ancient shit is cool. You need some fucking yoga in your life because ancient shit is cool. Ancient shit is cool. Ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. So, for the people that don't want to hear it during the week when we're a lot less sweary, or I'm a lot less sweary. I say we because they're live, okay? Because it is a live. But, for those who don't listen to the nice way during the week, the Rebel deck is telling you, ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. Seek the help if you need it. You are being shady. Watch out, shit could get ugly. Okay, so that's a good one. If you are being shady, stop it, because doing bad things never works out well. It's always going to come back and bite you in the ass. So if you're being shady, knock it off, all right? Because watch out, shit could get ugly. Love. Get some, give some, it will cheer your ass up. Now, a lot of people are, okay, so here's the thing. I know someone out there is going to go, but it's so hard to find love. Okay, and I get it. I know that sounded like I was mocking it, but I think that was more me mocking it, because I do that. It's like, but it's so hard to find love. You know what? Love yourself. Love the people around you, because your family and your friends love you. That's, if you don't have a significant other, then look for love right around you. Your fur babies, or your animal babies, your family, your friends, your parents, your siblings, if you have a good relationship with any of them, and mostly your friends, right? Because if you don't have a good relationship with friends, they usually walk out. It's harder to run away from family. But I really don't try to run away from family, but when you have friends, especially the friends, you legit know that they love you because they're still there. So get some, give some, it will cheer your ass up. And this was the very last card. So even though we already had 5 and I couldn't see the other one that was hiding underneath, I think this one's perfect, and I'm glad that I reshuffled to get this one. You are talented and fucking amazing. The world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. I love these cards. So one last time. All right. Rebel, because fuck it. You need some fucking yoga in your life because ancient shit is cool. Ask a fucking expert. Don't rely on your friends or the internet. Listen to a damn professional. You are being shady. Watch out. Shit could get ugly. Love. Get some, give some. It will cheer your ass up. And you are talented and fucking amazing. This world needs your power. Use your voice. Just don't use it for dumb shit. So there you go. I know. I'm going to put those aside because I think I want to post some of those to Twitter later. But anyways, so let's get to the decks. Like I said, I have 2 decks. In fact, hold on one second, because 2 cards actually belong. Sorry about that. Last thing you needed to see was, up close and personal Shelly Marie. But these 2 cards go in the Enchanted Unicorn deck, and I've had them up at my desk since the last time I've used this, because they bring me joy. They bring me joy. They are so cute. This one's my favorite, because it's just this unicorn. They're just so cute. They're just like, yee, So I'm going to do this deck last, but I'm going to put these cards in so that I shuffle it when we're done. However, let's get to the magical unicorns. So one of the reasons I've shortened the decks this week is because I think sometimes when they go too long, the message might get lost, So I want to make sure that the message does not get lost. So I'm still only going to do 3 shuffles, and whatever comes out, comes out. And if nothing comes out, then I guess that's it. So there we go. That last one just kind of wiggled its way out of the deck. So I'm going to do that one last since it came out last. So the first one that came out is love from your parents. Oh, see, love. Get love, give some. Get some, give some. It will cheer your ass up. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. So, that's a hard one, because some people have difficult relationships with their parents. But I would say, this is my own stat, all right? So this is the Shelly Marie's Aloha Perspective stat, and it's just a saying that I'm throwing out there. I would say 9 times out of 10, parents might have something in their background. that make it, just hard for them or whatever. But do your best. Be honest, communicate. If trust is hard, hey, you know what? That's fine. They make sure that they have to, regain your trust. But yeah, it's, no matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. So for regular people, like the rest of us who have and had, wonderful and great parents, I sometimes talk about how I had a bit of a, from time to time, a complicated relationship with my mom growing up. But I know she was doing, when I look back in everything I know now, I know that she was doing the best she could. And that's fine. And it really kind of changes your perspective on things. So, but there are going to be people who do have a complicated relationship with their parents. And that doesn't mean you have to have a relationship with them. When it sits here and says, or when it's, when it sits here, when it says, no matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can, sometimes people are just incapable, of getting past themselves. But I think this card, removing the relationship of the parent, if you choose not to communicate with them or you choose not to have a relationship with them, I think this is more, in a different perspective for the person who might be the child, because I think it's here to show you, what, they did the best they could, but that doesn't mean I need to be a part of it. I don't need them tearing down my walls. I don't need them, invading my boundaries, or I don't need them not listening and not trying to communicate with me. You are allowed to make your own choices, but I think this card is meant to help the person, the child, come from a different place so they don't remain angry for so long. Just say, you know what, they did the best they could, but no. So, and that's your choice. Okay, that is always your choice. That is the person's choice. And maybe there's been an attempt, maybe there's been the effort to create a good, strong bond that may have just fallen by the wayside. So if you don't have a relationship with your parents, just say to yourself, they did the best they could, I'm moving on. All right. If you do have a good relationship with your parents, but sometimes they get all up in your face and everything, even as an adult, they might be like, well, you should, they're always going to be your parent. All right. I remember, years ago, I had a conversation with my nephew, and he's older now. He's in his 30s now. And he's just like, I was running to the store during a family party, and he's like, can I go with you? He's like, sure. And he's like, are you okay? And he's like, oh, my parents, all my parents. And I'm all like, well, what's going on? Well, they always treat me like a kid. Now, mind you, he was only like 13 at the time, but it's like, oh, they always treat me like a kid. And I'm like, well, that's going to always happen. All right. That's always going to happen. Baby sibling, good morning. Wow, I'm excited. But yeah, so I was talking to my nephew, and he's just like, hi, gorgeous. And sorry, I'm talking back to her. But anyways, my nephew was driving to the store with me, and he's sitting there like, oh, my parents, right? And I'm like, look, no matter what, you are always going to be their child. It's like, you can be 50 and they're still going to tell you what to do because they're your parents. They don't know how to do anything different. So, there's two different sides to this, to this coin of love from your parents. So again, if you have a complicated relationship with your parents and you've tried the effort and you've tried the communication and it's not working, it's okay to walk away. But remember to get rid of the anger of that. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. And again, like I said, if you do not have a relationship with your parents, then this card could just be telling you this is how you move past that anger, so you don't have to worry about them anymore. Yeah, they did the best they could, but for me, it just, no. So, and there have been, there are people out there that have that issue. And again, if you do have a good relationship with your parents, but it gets complicated from time to time, like I was just talking about with my nephew, just know that, they're your parents. My mom told me that once when I was a kid. No matter how old you get, you are always going to be my baby. And I'm always going to see you as my baby. And I have to admit, that really changed my relationship with my mom. I think that was our turning point when I was about 19 and she said that. I mean, we still had some complications down the road. But yeah, by the time I hit my early late 20s, when I say early late 20s, my early mid 20s, so like 23 or 24, all of a sudden everything just seemed to fall into place. But I did have that different perspective, and it's like, oh, I'm always rebelling against her because it was a little complicated. There was a balance that I had to do because my dad is like, you have to let her do what she's going to do. She has to make her own mistakes. But my mom was very protective, and you rebel against that because you're just kind of like, no, I need to be my own person. So it was just finding that balance was not easy for me, but eventually we did find it. So love from your parents. No matter what, your mother and father love you as much as they can. This card is telling you that your mother and father both love you, even though you may not always be able to feel their love. Everyone shows love in a different way. For example, some people show that they care through actions, such as giving you things or trying to help you. Other people express it through words that they say or write. If your mother and father show their love in ways you don't understand, you can talk to them about your feelings. The bond between parents and children can never be broken no matter what. Even during times of anger, parents and children still love each other deep down. If you focus on this love, it grows even stronger and deeper. This love also helps everyone feel better and get along better. If your mother and father are angry with each other, you can still love them both equally. You don't need to take sides. Everyone has something good inside of them after all. God put love within every person. Your love toward both your mother and father is always deep and strong, even if you don't see one of your parents very much. Focus on what's good about your mother and father to help them and you be as loving as you can be. Now, like I said, this is coming from a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Peaceful place. But I do understand that there are people out there who do have a difficult relationship with their parents. So again, if you have a parent, and this is what I said at the beginning of, when we first pulled this card, if you have a difficult relationship with a parent, or you have a parent that you just don't speak to, or maybe you don't speak to both of them, use this as a catalyst to heal yourself. Okay? Yeah, sorry. Yes, I love my parent, but no, I cannot with them. I can't. I tried to communicate. I tried trusting. They broke my trust. They broke my, communication. And it's irreparable. Is that the word I'm looking for? Okay. It is now, but if it's not, oh well, you can correct me. But it's not fixable. Then use this card as a catalyst to help you heal your part. Walking away from someone doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means that you're setting boundaries. You are, you're self-preserving. And some people think that that's a bad thing. But, when you've gone through trauma throughout your life, sometimes, setting up those boundaries are very necessary. And when people consistently break them down, it becomes a problem. So again, if you have the opportunity, communicate honestly. Try to work, to a good place where there's some balance between the other. And if you do not have a good relationship, or you have no relationship at all, use this as a way to heal yourself and your situation so that there is no more anger when you think about that person. It's like, you know what? They did what they did, whatever, I'm out. But, I'm going to be the parent to my kids that I never had. So that's what my dad always said, because I asked my dad, why are you so different? Because I hear the way you talk about your parents and blah, blah. And he's like, when I got older, I chose the path of, I wanted to be the parent I never had. And that was the difference in all of it. I was going to be the parent I never had. So yay me. I say yay me because I really did win the parent lottery, no matter how complicated my mom's and my relationship got. So anyways, look at this card. There's a kitty. She's holding the kitty. So anyways, thankful. Think about the people and things you are grateful for. Gratitude. I'm just going to go right to the card, or right to the book, because I think me saying gratitude says it all. If you feel that ickiness coming up, right? Or you feel like, you're just like your entire spiritual being is like in a vice, right? And it's just squeezing. Like in Star Wars, right? When they were all stuck in the trash compactor and it starts, But when you start feeling like that, use gratitude. Okay? Since this is the woo-woo day, being Oracle Friday, I'm going to tell you, Wednesday was a super freaking ass powerful new moon. There was a solar eclipse going on at that time. I don't think it was visible in a lot of places, but I read about the fact that there was a solar eclipse. But there was also a timeline shift, and there was also there was a lot of shifting happening. There was a portal that opened, and because of that, a lot of, energies that we've kicked out were kind of filtering back in. So everybody was really kind of having an upended new moon. My friend at her work, 2 people called out on Wednesday, so she ended up having to stay later to work. And then yesterday, when we were meeting for coffee and lunch, 5 people called out yesterday. Oh, baby sibling says it was only visible in South America. Okay, perfect. Thank you. See, this is why I love the lives, because people tell me. But yeah, it was. So my friend Debbie texted me on Wednesday, and she says, "How are you feeling?" And she sends me this one video, and they're talking about the timeline shifts, and then she sends me another one about the portals, and these 2 people are just amazing, because they always seem to hit the nail on the head. Even if you don't believe in all of that, the stuff that they mention happening to people, it's just like, whoa, okay. It's like, they see me. Who's got a camera in my house? But I asked her, I said, how do you always know? And she's all, because I know if I'm feeling off, you're feeling off. Now, what's interesting is I've never met Debbie in person, and she lives clear across the other end of the country in Florida. But we are so connected spiritually that even when I'm struggling, she'll know. She knows. And I did. This whole week has been a struggle. I haven't even been able to exercise because it's just been mentally exhausting, mentally draining, because I did a lot of heavy journaling this week. A lot of heavy journaling. But, in the course of that, it's like, you think about all the ways that the new moon shifted everybody, with the new timeline, with, all these things kind of accidentally filtering back in. Think of it this way. If you're trying to imagine what that looks like, imagine that your garbage bag, right? You're taking it to the trash, and we'll call that the portal. You're like, yeah, I gathered up all this negative energy, and I'm going to go out. And then maybe you get caught on something and it rips, right? And like stuff starts filtering out, and you're like, crap, now I got to clean all this up. That's what it's kind of felt like for people over the last couple of days. And so hopefully it'll start balancing out now as we're waxing now into the full moon. So if you have intentions, if you have manifestations, or maybe you just want to start feeling better about something, start setting it now, because as the new moon waxes into the full moon, it's about completion. It's about fulfilling, right? Fulfilling. But, just allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. And when you're starting to feel like you were under pressure, and you're starting to feel like the whole world is caving in on you, try gratitude. It could be, I am so happy and grateful for my pen. I am so happy and grateful for my, my verbally assaulting positivity cards that, you were talented and fucking amazing. Just don't use it for dumb shit. I love these cards. I love the Rebel deck. But just think about the gratitude. It's over there, and I can't, you can't see it, but I have this pen, and it's like a material pen, but it's got a turtle on the end. And so I use it more as decoration because I love it. But I'm grateful for that. Or I have a pineapple Jack-in-the-Box head. It's just little things. And you might be like, why are you talking about that? Because sometimes it is harder to find gratitude in big places. So we start small. I am grateful for the binder clip, right? Because it held up my my blossom and my cupcake card for a couple weeks to help me. I'm grateful for, my 3x5 note cards, because I have them when I want to write something down. When you start small, you give yourself the opportunity to grow bigger. I'm thankful for my, if you have kids, I'm thankful for my spouse or my significant other. I'm thankful for my fur baby. I'm thankful for my older sibling or baby sibling or my dad. I'm thankful for all my friends. You can get bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm thankful for my house. I'm thankful for the food on my table. I'm thankful for, the opportunity to put this food on my table. I'm thankful for my job. Maybe it drives me crazy sometimes. The list can go on and on. But if you're struggling so hard, because I've been there, I get it. So I know other people have been there. When you're struggling so hard to find anything to be grateful for, start small. I'm thankful for the chair I'm sitting in. Otherwise my ass would be working on the floor. Some people do that. That's fine. That's great. But, maybe you don't want to be, because maybe it's a hard floor. So there's all different ways that you can, there's all different ways that you can look at gratitude. So I'm looking for the card now. Be thankful. Was it be thankful? I know. My dumbass decided to put the card away before I was done. Thankful. It's just thankful. Okay, Shelly Marie. Get it together, girl. Get it together. All right, here we go. Think about the people and things you are grateful for. Gratitude warms your heart with good feelings that are healthy for your mind and body. You can make yourself feel better by making a list of everything and everyone you're thankful for. Gratitude replaces sadness and makes everything go better. Even if it doesn't feel like it, it really does, because what it's doing is it's changing your mindset. So whether you believe that your energy can bring in negative things or bring in positive things, it's actually something that happens. If you don't believe in it, watch the next time you're having a bad day how everything seems to go wrong. But in the middle of that, say, you know what? Start trying to change your vibe into something grateful, and then start using gratitude. And what it is, it's your perception. So if you're angry about something, you're just going to be angry about everything. If you're having a negative experience and you don't change it, you're going to end up being more negative, and it's going to fuel that fire. So do your best to switch that thought up to something more positive. I know we're not going to have good days every day, but if you can at least give yourself a bit of a leg up so it's not completely negative, you're doing yourself a favor. Like I said, you can be grateful as something as small as a binder clip. Binder clips are important. You ever wonder how we made it through life without those? Exactly. So gratitude warms your heart. Your heart with good feelings that are healthy for your mind and body. You can make yourself feel better by making a list of everything and everyone you're thankful for. Gratitude replaces sadness and makes everything go better. Gratitude is such a wonderful or powerful way to make your life better that it's almost magical. Am I having problems today? Seriously, let me start that over. Gratitude is such a powerful way to make your life better that it's almost magical. Everyone loves a thankful person. They want to be friends with, give to, and help a person who says thank you. When you say thank you and really mean it, you find more reasons to feel gratitude. People who aren't grateful or who have self-pity actually make themselves sad. They can't understand why other people avoid them and why they don't receive many gifts. They take away their own power because they believe that life doesn't give them much. But if you count your blessings and think about all the reasons you have to feel grateful, then you'll see how generous life really is. The more you believe that life gives me lots of gifts, the more you'll receive. Then you'll want to give to others too. To get more out of life, stop and feel grateful for all that you've received so far. Then get ready to feel gratitude for countless blessings that are coming to you now. So I like that one. Gratitude is huge, right? One of the things baby sibling and I used to say, when we were having a bad day, gratitude, the attitude. So, gratitude, the attitude. And that is legit. I know. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happens. Every so often, I'd hit play and my nose just starts running. So here's the last one for this deck. Relax. Everything is okay. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. Okay. So if you're this is your validation card. All right. If you are going through some serious struggle and you are going through just thinking, God, when is it going to get better? If you gratitude your attitude, it is going to get better. Sometimes we can sit there, right? And we can wallow in our own self-pity. And it's, like I said, we're human. We are going to do this. But don't get stuck there, all right? And when I say that, I'm talking about me too, because I do this sometimes. You sit there and you're just kind of like, why is everything so hard? Well, it may be hard, but maybe your body and your spirit and everything else, your body, mind, and heart are trying to tell you gratitude, the attitude. So, in the meantime, relax. Everything's okay. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. Okay. Don't worry. It's all going to be fine. Worrying is a manifestation killer. Want to know how I know? Yeah. I think that face says it all. So I am a class A chronic worrier. So no matter what your situation looks like right now, this card asks you to relax and let go of worries. Everything will be okay. Have you ever seen a movie in which everyone seems to be in danger or in trouble of some sort? As you watch the movie, you wonder, how will they ever get out of this? Yet at the end of the film, everything works out fine and everyone's happy. In the same way, your movie will have a happy ending too, so don't stress or worry. Instead, enjoy watching how your life unfolds in an amazing way. Life works itself out in ways that we could never have thought of. Your current situation will be over soon and you'll be fine. You'll learn life lessons that will help you in the future. So use this current time to make yourself strong, breathe deeply, try your best to stay positive and happy, and remember to relax because everything's going to be okay. I know sometimes it feels difficult to believe in that, and I know sometimes it feels difficult because it just feels like that is the world's biggest lie. But when we start to trust and we start to believe, good things will happen. And like I said, I get it. We're all human. We're not going to have, perfect days every day. But, well, every day might not even be perfect. But we should really kind of do ourselves a favor and use the gratitude to kind of lift ourselves up enough so that it doesn't get any worse than it already might be. All right. And then hopefully you have the energy to kind of pick yourself up the next day and, get rolling. So here's the last deck, the Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. I love this one. So for anybody that might be new to watching this show, I'm just going to insert this here now. Oracle Friday felt like it was getting a little monotonous. So I came up with a new idea. So every week it's going to be, there's going to be a cycle now. It's going to be Aloha Oracle Guidance, which is going to be less about the Oracle, or I should say Aloha Guidance, which is a little less about the Oracle and more about, spiritual guides. And, it'll still be using the cards for the most part, but also just kind of guidance cards on, maybe you're going through something. So it's going to be less, about telling you how you might be able to change your future or your present, but more about, the guidance that we can use in our everyday lives. And then the next cycle, so it'll be a 3-week cycle every time, will be something Hawaiian. Like I said, I need to put, I called it last week. I think it was last week. Last week I called it putting the aloha back in the Aloha Perspective. And we talked about the phrase Hanai. So, and I was really excited about that because, I really try to stick to my Hawaiian culture, and, I grew up in the Hawaiian culture, but, there were things that happened when I was a kid with some people, and, they just kind of wreck everything for you, right? And when you're sensitive, I was very sensitive growing up, I admit. And sometimes I probably took things personally that most people wouldn't, but there were reasons. And some people just bully the crap out of you. And so I really started trying to distance myself from my Hawaiian culture, but it is so ingrained in me. And also being a bloodline Hawaiian, I figure, what, this is something I really need to pay attention to. These are things that I need to share from my culture and the culture I actually grew up in. I mean, my mom is a Filipino, but she's a second generation, Filipino born in Hawaii. My father was, believe it or not, if you've seen pictures of us, my father is the one that's Hawaiian, not my mom. But, they both were raised in the culture. And then, again, as I mentioned, they joined the Huio Hawaii San Diego, and I became a part of that culture and was raised in that culture. So I feel like now it's really time for me to get in touch with, this part of me that I've kind of ignored and kind of pushed aside. I mean, I've always been proud to be, have been raised in the Hawaiian culture, but at the same time, I was just kind of like, no. So, and baby sibling, I know, I'm so sorry. Hopefully now, circling back to the new moon talk, hopefully now it'll start to level out a little bit and even itself out. So, I really think, if you believe in the spiritual side and, for the people, I mean, I know a lot of people do. So like I said, it's, whoever you put your faith in, whether it's God or somebody else, like another deity. I have a very, very full spiritual table. And as I've always said, because I was raised Catholic and it's still kind of ingrained in me, God sits at the head of my table. And, but no matter what you believe, okay, there's always this spiritual battle that we're fighting, right? And there are going to be times when it just feels like something's poking at you, maybe with a stick or maybe with a chopstick or, but it's just going like, or, those people that go, can you feel this? Can you feel this? Or I'm touching you, to the point where it's just annoying, right? Because you're kids. I didn't have a sibling, but I had cousins. I'm touching you. It's just kind of like, and you're like, you're a guest in their home and you don't want to sit there and backhand them, but you're thinking it. You're thinking it. But it can get annoying like that. So, again, when those moments come up, and I know baby sibling already knows this, I'm just sharing because she said that it's been a rough week. Or as she says, it's been a shit week. All right. So if you think I'm violating people's privacies here, I'm literally reading their comments. So don't worry about that. If she didn't want me to say it, it wouldn't have been in the comments, but it's been a shit week for her. And her and I kind of talked about it yesterday because I know I'm terrible. I'm kind of like the older cousin, mommy cousin. I'm like the mommy cousin because I do get worried about her when I don't hear from her, but just try to use that gratitude. And I know it can be hard, right? It's like, I'm having a horrible, horrible day. Listen to the person first. Let them vent. Let them get it up and out. Because if you try to push it down with a thank you or with a thank you, thank you, thank you, it's not going to work for them. It's going to spill out somewhere else. So be an ear, be kind to them, listen to them vent, and then, just say, hey, would you like to do some gratitude together? Or do you want me to just sit here and hug you? Or do you just want me to, give sometimes a good hug? It may not make everything better, but in that moment, it can make you feel like, wow, okay, I got the strength to do this. All right. So that's my little thing about how Fridays work now. So you have Aloha Oracle Fridays, you have Aloha Guidance Fridays, and then you have putting the Aloha back in the Aloha Perspective. So let's get rolling with the last deck, Enchanted Unicorn Oracle. So in case anybody's wondering, I only pulled 2 decks today plus the Rebel deck, and the Rebel deck was good today. That was some good shit today. So, this is a good, wow, this, legit what we were just talking about. The hedgerow. You know what's funny? I've never seen this card before. When I get a deck, I know you're supposed to go through it. I will go through it. I bless my decks. I cleanse my decks. But I try not to look at them because I want to be surprised when I see a card. So I could have a deck for like 2 or 3 years and never see a card when it comes to the Oracle stuff. And this is the first time I think I've ever seen number 8, the hedgerow. And what does it say? Let it go. Let it go. I do my own special effects. Let it go. So anyways, I'm not sure, but I thought I saw a little icon on there. So if it is who I think it is, good morning, Terrence Tucker. How are you? So, so let it go. Do I need to say more about this? I feel like I've legit been talking about this the whole time. So we're just going to go right to the meaning itself because we have been talking about it, with the gratitude, your attitude, and I'm not trying to be preachy because this whole week has just, like baby sibling, it has been just, I don't want to say it's been a shit week because, I'm not sure that my week was as bad as hers. I don't think it was. It was just very emotionally upending for me. And most of that was because I was getting stuff up and out to let it go. But whatever the case is, whatever you're going through. So mine was, not so much like a bad week. It was just, it was just a heavy week. So, good morning, doing good. Hope you're having a beautiful day. So far, so good. Oh, it's only 9:12. So, hey, 9:12, my mommy. So it's only 9:12. So we'll see how it goes. But, sibling, I was talking to sibling yesterday about, my trip to the mall and all I did was mention watching this lady make the Wetzel's pretzels. Like, we know how they twist them and everything. It was so fascinating. And all of a sudden I hear this, ooh. So it could get better today. There could be some cinnamoniness in our future. So anyways, I hope all of you right now who are watching live, older sibling, baby sibling, and Mr. Terrence Tucker, have a great, great day today. So let's see. One day I'm going to share, I just as a quick thing. So I know this is Oracle Friday, but it's the Aloha Perspective. We always, I say we again, because it's alive. I always venture off, right? I'm like a squirrel, like legit a squirrel. My focus goes, so as you can see, I'm not even finishing sentences. But sibling used to be in the entertainment industry. And siblings, hey, there's an event that, one of my friends invited us to. Do you want to go? Blah, blah, blah. And that was one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. Absolutely favorite movies. So they screened the movie, then they screened the documentary after. And the documentary was actually done by Terrence's best friend. So when we went to the after gathering, you know, we were just, Sibling and I were just kind of sitting there because, you know, everyone's doing their thing, they're mingling, and Sibling and I were just enjoying ourselves. You know, I can't remember where we were at. It's the Sportsman's Lodge or whatever. And then all of a sudden, this guy sits down with us. Hey, how's it going? And you know what? Sibling and I on our way home, we're all like, you know, that was one of the best nights ever. We just made a new friend, and that was Terrence Tucker. We sat there and we talked. We didn't even realize how long we were talking. In fact, his bestie came over and was like, dude, I was looking for you. Where you been? And we talked for a couple of hours, and it felt like that. You know, sometimes you just meet people that you feel like you've known for decades. So, Terrence Tucker, hats off, my friend, because you are still very well spoken of in this house. So, yeah, in fact, oh, I forgot my thought. Welcome to Shelly Marie's world today. Woo-ling. But anyways, so let's talk about, damn it, let's talk about the hedgerow. Let it go. Now, apparently the hedgerow is it's a peppermint plant. Mentha piperita. That's literally what it says. Mentha x piperita, or mentha times piperita. I don't know. I love peppermint. So anyways, refreshing and uplifting, peppermint encourages clarity and inspiration. It is also associated with friendship, healing, and compassion. The peppermint plant has a high methyl content, around 40%, and is used medicinally to relax muscles and clear headaches. Peppermint tea is the perfect solution if you are feeling under the weather. Yes, it is. Mint teas, guys, just as a side note, if you're having some serious tummy issues, mint tea can help kind of settle the tummies. So peppermint tea is the perfect solution for feeling under the weather. On a metaphysical level, peppermint cools down your hot heads and allows for a more considered approach. So if you're feeling like you're going to yell at somebody, pop a stick of gum in your mouth that's peppermint. You're like, Shelly Marie, that is not helpful. Well, it can, because here's two benefits. One, it's peppermint and it will cool your hot head. And two, you're so busy chewing the gum, you may calm down before you decide to say something you don't mean. So see, even though I was just trying to be snarky, I gave you some good 411 right there. You know, the funny thing is, guys, I had such a good day yesterday, and my friend also showed me this new app, my friend Jessie, and it has really been kind of a game changer. I mean, my moods have changed. I've been feeling better, and I'm like straight out PMSing right now. I know, TMI, but yeah, but I've been feeling like me again, and it feels so good. So this is not caffeine related. This is just Shelly being goofy. This is Shelly Marie. This is Shelly Marie, just silly, goofy, crazy. Oh, Marie says, I should have had that dealing with Landon this morning. You know what, girl? You were dealing with a straight out teenager. So, okay, I know. Shelly Marie is going to sidetrack. Now, here's the kicker. I've only picked 2 decks today to make this show shorter. It is not working out that way because we still have 2 more cards after this, which means it's going to be the regular length. But I think we've gotten some good information here. So, one thing, so I was talking to Cheryl, my friend Cheryl, and on text about a week or so ago, and she said that one of her teachers used to call all the brand new, preteen or like 12-year-olds or 13-year-olds, toddler teenagers. And at first I was like, wow. And she's like, yeah, she's all rude. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty harsh. But I thought, maybe what he's trying to say is that, when you first reach your teens, you're like a toddler. You're learning how to walk. You're learning how to push boundaries. You're learning how to push this and that. So parents, if you have teenagers and you might lose your shit, you're human. You are human. I know that you're going to say, well, I want to do better. I should do better. But you know what? Sometimes teenagers are difficult. We've all been teenagers. I was a really good kid, but boy, I had a smart mouth. I legit had a smart mouth. And I talked back a lot. I know. Surprised I survived my childhood. But yeah, so I mean, we can joke about it, right? I should have been dealing with my kid that way this morning, LOL. Now, right? Just keep a pack of gum. And you know what? You could even tell him, Mom, why are you chewing gum? Well, because if I don't, I'm going to say something I don't mean to you because you're being an asshole. Well, maybe don't say that. This is coming from the woman who has no kids. I'm the auntie, right? I'm the one that sugars them up and sends them home. So, So see, there's not just grandparents that do that. There are aunties and uncles out there that do that. But that being said, they're gonna push your buttons. And I know baby sibling knows this. I'm just talking to the other people out there that, might not have teenagers yet. But, my nephew is very, very strong-willed. He is a straight-out Leo. All right. And Leos in themselves can be difficult because they're very, I don't think it's like a me in a narcissistic way. It's absolutely not. But it's like, look what I can do. And then if somebody does it, it's a, well, look what I can do better. But it's really needing the attention focused on them. So, and then, you add other little flavorings into that of general attitude, and it goes, and I'm sorry, baby sibling, for using, Landon as an example, but kids can be strong-willed, and I know like I said, I'm not talking to her about this because I know it's like, I sit there sometimes and I'm like, man, it's like, sometimes I feel like I dodged a bullet not having kids. I know it sounds terrible, right? But I'm definitely past my mommy prime, but it's just like, whoo, Shelly Marie might not have dealt with that so well. So anyways, that being said, so that's kind of to everybody else. Cause like I said, baby siblings got her shit down. I mean, that girl is a good parent. She is a very good parent. She is the parent she always wanted to, so she's kind of like my dad, and her and I have talked about that. She's the parent she wished she had. So, and I feel bad saying that, but, she says, all good, you would facepalm this child so hard. Facepalm him or facepalm because of him, or both. I feel like there's going to be a conversation soon because Auntie Shelly needs to know what happened. So anyways, oh man, I know this kid and I am not jealous of baby sibling right now. So on top of already having a difficult week, she has to deal with a teenager. But at least it balances out because the younger one, that kid, if you look closely, I'm pretty sure you can see his wings. He's so cute. Oh, she said both. Oh, okay, baby sibling. This is from me to you. Go out and don't buy a pack of peppermint gum. Go out there and get the Icebreaker Ice Cube gums, because I think there's 40 in a pack. 40 in a container. Just pop them. So anyways, the divination for this card. It's wonderful to care for others and want what is best for them. And it's tempting to want to help others when we can see a better way. But unless people specifically ask for your assistance, mind your own business. I had to learn that the hard way, guys. We are all given a body to experience life on Earth, and every person gets to choose what they do with their own bodies and lives. As hard as it can be to sit back and say nothing, this card appears when you want to interfere and really shouldn't. The hedgerow unicorn gently reminds us that wild things grow at their own pace and in their own time. You may be itching to offer advice, thinking you know what is best for someone, but only they can make that decision. If you do want to help, send a friend or a family member some gentle emerald-colored healing light for them to use in any way that's needed. By the same token, perhaps someone wants you to get involved in a situation that just isn't your problem, one that you are not responsible for. Imagine being protected by the emerald light as it becomes a beautiful energy boundary through which only good can filter. In this case, we're reminded to live and let live. Now, I'm going to add to that because a lot of times when we want to fix other people's problems, it's because there's something in us that we cannot fix. All right. So if you feel like you really need to put your 2 cents into somewhere, make sure it's not coming from a place that you need to heal. Like I said, I stepped in that trap one time or a couple of times. Actually, I stepped in that trap a lot, and it got hairy, and it really kind of oh God, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. But it made one of my relationships very, very tense. And it could have gotten bad. But fortunately, they had the cojones to say, hey, you know what? I don't need your crap. So, and now I just, if they call and they have an issue, it's just like, do you want me to, I give them 3 options. Do you want me to just listen? Do you want me to tell you what you want to hear? Or do you want me to tell you what I think? And so they have the option, and I think that's how it should be. So don't give unsolicited advice. Fireworks. Put yourself out there. Dun dun dun. That's a flower. What kind of flower is that? Let's see. Number 3, fireworks. Put yourself out there. I'm just going to read these now. Ornamental onion. Seriously? They have something called an ornamental onion, but it's pretty. So at first, the ornamental onion is not what it seems. It begins life as a hunched over green stem, a seemingly unobtrusive weed. However, in summer, it suddenly bursts into a flower with each allium head comprising of up to 50... the hell, I cannot read today. Comprising of up to 50 tiny star-like flowers. Like the flames of fireworks, the flowers spread outwards into beautiful mauve, blue, or purple spikes. Alliums, if I'm saying that right, are linked to good luck, persistence, and humility. The allium waits patiently for its time to shine, but the end result is always impressive. I'm telling you, my freaking brain and my mouth are not working together today. Good Lord. So, the divination. This unicorn appears when self-consciousness or shyness is hindering your progress. Oh, Shelly needs to eat one of these. Don't be afraid to show the world what you excel at. Displays of talent, personal power, and even wealth are not always a negative thing. They can be appropriate in the right circumstances. Many creative people feel uncomfortable about self-promotion and making money from their craft. Indeed, self-promotion is often seen as arrogant, egotistical, and vain. Not such good qualities. However, toiling away on secret projects and not sharing your progress or triumphs with others is counterproductive. Putting yourself out there and on display can lead to new opportunities, invitations, money, even awards and promotions. It's perfectly acceptable to make good money from your creative talents, and by letting people know this, you can inspire others too. The fireworks unicorn asks you to suspend judgment of yourself and others when it comes to the glorious business of showing off. Being a quiet achiever isn't best in this situation because chances are you'll be overlooked. Break through that bashful barrier. Your time is now. Actively promote yourself and your excellent qualities and start by letting people know that you can help them with your gifts and talents. It's a win-win situation. So just going back really quick, I don't want to keep you guys too much longer because I know this has already been really long. When it talks about, that self-promotion is often seen as arrogant, egotistical, and vain. To add to that, I think self-promotion is a beautiful and wonderful thing because you're putting yourself out there. I mean, you see all these creators out there, right? And, you see the genuine ones, and then you see the one that, just do it for what they call clout or clickbait and all that. But when it comes to self-promotion, the people that I think fall under those particular sayings are the people that sit there and go, buy my stuff because it's way better than somebody else's. Or they make up lies, or they say stupid shit. And, they just sit there and say, oh, well, they're dumb or they're stupid, because they have no real response to somebody else's stuff. You don't want to use their product because it's stupid or they're stupid. And, so when you're self-promoting but hurting somebody else, then it's a problem. It's kind of like when I watch commercials, right? I hate it when other products, especially big products, use other people in their, in their stuff. And because it's kind of like, dude, sometimes it might be a friendly rivalry, but other times it's like, well, they don't have that, but we do. Yeah, but what you have may not be what somebody wants. So it's just like, sell yourself on your own merit, So that being said, do not be afraid of self-promotion. Self-promotion, when you are just sitting there and talking about your product or whatever it is you're putting out there, or whatever it is you're creating, whether it's content, something physical like jewelry or a book or a story. I know. You see, there's 3 fingers pointing back this way. But anyway, that being said, I don't think it's a bad thing. Just, as long as you don't rake other people over the coals to make yourself feel better. You do not, if you want to stand on the tops of shoulders of people, let them put you there. Don't sit there and climb and just, you're standing on a pile of people and then make yourself feel good about yourself because you trashed everybody else. That's where I think the arrogance, the egotistical, and the vanity come in. Or the arrogance, ego, and vanity come in, is when you think by pointing your finger and just saying lies about people or their products is, okay. It's not. It's not. Stand on your own merit. When you stand on your own merit, self-promotion can be a beautiful and wonderful thing. All right, last but not least, mirth. Number 17, don't be so serious. Don't be so serious, right? That feels kind of appropriate because I think the Joker came out today. But don't be serious. Don't be so serious. All right, what does this say? So, I shared a little bit at the beginning about how, up until I was about 17, I was a very, very serious person. I mean, I was just, I said somebody pulled me aside. It was actually my dad. My dad said to me, and it's going to sound bad the way it comes out, but my dad always knows how to reach me. And there's only certain people that can say certain things to me that won't upend me. And my dad just he waves me over and he's all, come sit down, come sit and talk with me. And I'm like, yeah. And he's all, I love you, you're my daughter, but you act like an old broad. He legit said that to me, you act like an old broad. I actually brought this up to him not that long ago. He's like, I said that? I'm like, yeah, but I said, I wasn't mad. He's all, that seems kind of mean. I'm like, it probably felt mean, but I said it hit me right in the feels where I needed it. But he says, you act like an old broad. And I'm like, what? And in the moment, I was kind of like, because, when you just want to look good in your parents' eyes. And he's all, yeah, you don't know how to have fun. He's all, you're always so serious all the time. And he's all, you just need to cut loose and have fun. You need to, just embrace life. I don't think that was the term he used, embrace life. It's like, you need to go out there and have fun, laugh more. And it was interesting because not that long ago, Dad and I were watching an old family movie. And, you see me walking in the background and it was crazy because I was hunched. And this is about the same time. This is actually right before he had that conversation with me. But I was hunched, the way I was walking was kind of like this. I was carrying something heavy on my shoulders or my back. And just terrible posture. And I was like, wow. I said, talk about having the weight of the world on your shoulders. And, nobody knew what was happening back then. So it was just kind of like, poof, but it did hit me between the eyes. And sometimes I get a little serious. So I'm trying to find that person again that, who's kind of popping out today. There's the goofy side of me, crazy, goofy girl. But yeah, don't be so serious. Don't be so serious. Life is too short to live it so seriously. And I still have to remember that. But for the most part, I do try to remember that. And sometimes I'm loud. And I'll be honest with you. I know sibling doesn't, but sibling's been around my family enough. Hi T, good morning T. And I'm pretty sure T comes from a big family. I know Terrence probably has a big family. And of course, baby sibling and I are actually cousins and related. So we come from a big family. And I'm telling you, if you want to be heard in a big family, you gotta be loud. You gotta be loud. You're not going to raise your hand, right? This ain't school. So you're just going to sit there and go, oh, okay, but, So, and I think sometimes it just accidentally carries into real life because it's just loud everywhere. But who cares? Who cares? So, let's see. It is the artichoke. The artichoke. The thistle-like artichoke started life being cultivated in ancient Egypt, but by the 15th century it had spread to Europe. Wow. It has since become an integral part of Italian cuisine. While artichokes make a delicious dish, it appears they were first used as a bitter digestive tonic, to heal the liver and settle digestion. Many Italian digestives, I don't know, correct me if you will, I'm so undignified, right? Drinks made to be supped after dinner contain artichokes and have a pleasing bitter taste. Because of the artichoke's prickly appearance, it has been commonly used in spells to ward off danger. Ooh, I know sibling likes, was it artichoke dip? Oh, she loves that stuff. She'd swim in it if she could. So, like the artichoke, we can often put up many prickly layers, energetically speaking, to keep people and experiences at bay because of past hurts and failures. This unicorn appears with the message, don't take life so seriously. A lot of metaphysical books state that the earth is one big university where we adopt a human form to learn important lessons, and that life is, in fact, a game. Allowing yourself laughter to play, to have fun, and to see the humor in all situations is great. This helps you to put your problems into perspective. The mirth unicorn invites spontaneity into your life and wants you to maintain a sense of childlike wonder. Laughter is such a wonderful way to heal the soul and has many physical benefits on the body. Go out of your way to seek friends, experience books, videos, television, anything that will give you a good belly laugh and lighten your mood. So during the week, Sibling and I will, just for background, put on The Big Bang Theory. And I'm telling you, no matter how many times the show cycles through, and it's been over for 5 years, there's not one episode that goes by that we don't at least get one good laugh out of it. But go out with your friends, tell jokes, be fun, be exciting, and even if you're not feeling it, then that's okay. Allow the other people to help you. Sometimes we get so lost in our feelings and everything that we forget how to laugh. And I've been there. I've done that. I get it. But also, in case you think this whole metaphysical manifestation, positivity stuff is new, it is not. Okay, when it says here, talking about the metaphysical books, and it says, that life is in fact a game. There is a book from the early 20th century. I think it was written in the early 20th century, although I think the person that wrote it was born in the 19th century. Florence Scovel Shinn wrote the book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. And it's a little more in your face, kind of metaphysical stuff. But The Game of Life and How to Play It was about changing your mindset. It was about, and she incorporates a lot of God into this because, religion was a big thing in the 19th and 20th century where, if you didn't go to church or pretend to go to church, you were considered a heathen in some cases. But, I like that she was proud enough to mention her spirituality. And Sibling and I love the book. We absolutely love the book, but she kind of puts the basic principles in there. Positive energy will reap positive energy. Negative energy will reap negative energy. And she was a teacher of this. And there are a lot of other scholars throughout time that have, promoted this same idea. So again, The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Shinn. Great book. Absolutely great book. And if you're not, if you're not religious or you don't believe in God, that's okay too. You can just replace it with, your deity or just, the universe, okay? Don't let the belief system slow you up because it is an excellent book. And it's not very long, it's not short, but it's not very long. It's about this thick. And it is wonderful. I cannot say enough about it. In fact, I think after this, I'm going to make Sibling and I do this again. We're going to go back through that book. All right, Sibling? I know you're watching, so I know you hear me. So, yeah, but just, I think it's a good mood changer, and I think it's good to probably read maybe once a year just to remind yourself that even on those bad days, we have the opportunity to turn it around or at least not let it get any worse. All right. So, I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you everybody who came on, for, older sibling, baby sibling, Terrence, T. Thank all of you. Wow, look at that. Older sibling, baby sibling, and the 2 T's. Actually, Terrence Tucker is 2 T's. And then Tanya. So it's like 3 T's. Anyways, see, this is my brain today. But you know what? In the past, baby sibling would get so mad because I'd be like, I'm so sorry. I am not sorry anymore. All right, this is me. I am goofy. I am delightfully awkward. I'm a bit out there sometimes. But you know what? That's why my people love me. And I love them because sometimes I don't know how they deal with me because I'm legit poo. But mind blowing. But anyways, I do appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for coming on. Baby sibling, it was very good to see you. And I'm so grateful to have had you on today. So, and I'm grateful for a lot of you because I know Terrence tries to come on when he can. T comes on when she can. Older sibling is she's my consistent audience. But Baby sibling has been very, very busy. And so I know it's not always easy, especially when you have kids that are getting older. You got a preteen, a teenager, a household to run, so it's just, fortunately her boo, see, T's all, I squirrel too. Yeah, T and I, we get along because we squirrel hard. I squirrel hard. Sometimes it's a pack of squirrels. Okay, we are a pack of squirrels. So anyways, I'm going to let you go before I keep rambling. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you back here Monday. Don't know what the topic is yet. Again, for anybody that might be new, Monday through Thursday is usually a general topic. Wednesday is Self-Care Wednesday. And of course, Friday is now the Aloha Oracle, guidance or putting the Aloha back into Aloha Perspective. So that's a cycling day to, so every week it's going to be a little different, right? Have a great day. And again, thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful weekend. If I can get this thing to turn off. Have a wonderful weekend.